on the night chair stand or something.
Against like the TV table, like the side table.
Yeah. So I look over and I happen to see something move about right here, and I'm like, something just walked behind the couch, and I was like, that's a fucking rat. I was like, shit, there's a rat.
Or a mouse or something.
Or a mouse. Like, no, it was a rat. Like, I mean, it was a full ass hamster or some shit. I mean, it was big. I was like, ah! I just saw a glimpse. So I was like, all right, something's behind the couch. What the hell? I start digging through stuff, and I got it. And my sister goes, oh, hey, that's my hamster. And I'm sitting there holding this thing. And I'm like, that's not a fucking rat.
She's like, I've been missing him for like 3 days. And we're like, what? He's been missing for 3 days? We've been sleeping here and no one told us.
Well, not only that, but no one knew she had a hamster either. So I'm sitting here wondering, like, okay, that's not a rat.
What hamster?
Whose hamster is in our house, for one? Also, are hamsters wild? Like, I didn't know that. I feel like you go outside. Like, apparently there's just wild hamsters that are going to enter your home. But it was hilarious because it was just like, oh shit, there's a rat. And everyone's like, what? Oh no. And I'm like, wait a second, hold up.
Well,
it's a wild hamster, like, that I'm holding. Like, what the fuck?
Oh my goodness. Insane. And we were both just like, wait, hold on. She has a hamster? Where'd the hamster come from? And why did nobody tell us the hamster was lost?
I don't care about the lost hamster.
I cared about the lost hamster.
I thought it was fun.
I could have sat on the couch and killed the hamster if I didn't know it was lost.
I looked at Matt and I was like, how often does that happen? Like,
well,
what?
Oh my gosh. Richard, pick a color. Let me write you up for the 100 biddies and the 5 subs. Thank you so much.
Pick a color between 1 and 10.
Nagin says, have you ever tried shit on a shingle? What?
You know, someone mentioned that the other day. I think we should make it. Well, Kyle says she doesn't want it, but I want it.
I didn't say that.
She did. She said, I don't want shit on a shingle. Because you know what it sounds like? It sounds like shit on a shingle. What? Also, shingles belong on the roof, not underneath shit. Who's shitting on my roof? And then she went on this whole long rant about how someone climbed up on the roof, pooped on the roof, put it on a dinner plate, and that's how the name came about.
Really? That doesn't sound like me.
Really? You didn't ding dong ditch someone and leave that on their doorstep with like a birthday candle, like make a wish, blow it out.
Can you picture me doing that without feeling so guilty that I would get in trouble?
Hey, baby, there's a cupcake for you.
Yeah, no.
Chocolate cupcakes, huh?
Lady Duct Tape, welcome in. How are you, LDT? Good to see you. Guys.
Sorry, you catch up. I need to go step outside anyway. So.
Lady Duct Tape, if you guys haven't followed, her merch is so cool. It's literally a female, female figure from like the restroom doors, and then a duck, and then a cassette tape. Lady Duct Tape, so cool. Have you seen Flip's shirt that has that?
I have not seen the shirt, no, but I've seen that. Emote, right? I think it's an emote.
No, so it's like a lady like on like a women's restroom sign, and then a duck, and then a cassette tape. Lady Duct Tape. That's the shirt. Just.
Oh, is it a shirt? Oh, then I might not see that.
It's merch, yeah.
Wait, was Flip wearing it the other day?
No. Not that I saw.
I feel like I've seen it recently. Like that feels like a.
I mean, you see him more often than I do in person, but.
He might have worn it to golf.
Maybe. He might have. He might have.
Oh, you know what? I think he was, because last time we were at the golf course, and they're like, hey, you gotta have collared shirts here, and we're like, oh shit, sorry. Like, we'll just get some from the thing. And they're like, no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Next time, just remember. And we're like, okay, sure. And they said that to us every time. That's fine.
Richard, thank you so much for the 100 biddies and the 5-pack. Guys, if you got a gifted sub from Richard, please say thank you. Sprinkles, thank you for the biddies. Richard gifting subs to CRB92395, GG Sunshine, 2 Fishes, Oinky Pig, and Slay Tundra. Let's go. Nagin, bad timing. I love when Funk stares into my eyes and does the dance. Whoa. Yo, thank y'all so much for the love. We love you, Jeff. Cherry says, I'll feed you the nachos, Sprinks. What? Funky, I said it earlier, parenting's hard. You're being asked to be the bad guy. It's kind of BS. Absolutely. Yeah, a couple people shared a couple messages above, but I kind of felt like I didn't know if you wanted to see them. But
no, I'm not opposed to seeing them. I would like to. That's why I opened up to everybody. Oh, we're that far up?
So Celtic said, Funky, kids period are 100% uncharted. I'm 100% behind you. And no, it isn't that I honestly respect you as a parent. No, that isn't. I honestly, wait.
No, that isn't. I honestly respect you as a parent.
Yeah.
And my line is always open.
I react like you do quite often. And they're my kids, so yeah.
Yeah.
Aspie says, you have every right to feel like that, Funky. I'm 100% on your side. I can't speak for anybody except for me.
Well, like I said, it's crazy that, like, you would ask that, like, she would ask that of me to begin with. And then I said no when she asked. And then somehow or another, I get forced into her request to basically fuck off. And it's like, okay, great. So let me ask, let's say the roles were reversed, right? Why she has the ability to go to court and be like, he's not paying child support, I don't want him to see his kids. And in most states, they're going to be like, yeah, okay. Makes sense. Why aren't the roles reversed? Like, hey, she's not letting me see my kids. Why the fuck should I pay her thousands of fucking dollars a year? Thousands. Thousands. Why? Why? Can't even talk to him on the phone. For fuck's sake, I can't write him a fucking letter. Can't even give him a birthday gift. But I'm just supposed to fork over all this money willy-nilly. And I'm in contempt if I don't. Flip the roles around. Apparently I can kiss her ass. And that's perfectly legal. It's kind of messed up. Yeah. I mean, a little bit. And again, I say about the money, but it's not about the money. It's about how, when I take her to court and say, hey, judge, she's not letting me see my kids. And then she goes, well, he didn't give me enough money. Oh, can you prove it? No, but I said so. Good enough for me. Contempt. And I go to jail. No ifs, no ands, no buts. Jail. Twice that's fucking happened. Twice. Ridiculous. It's not fucking fair to whichever party. It doesn't matter what side is it's not fair to the other person. I'm done right now. I'm sorry.
You're not. Celtic would love to talk with you offline and has a lot to share. And said, like, I have a lot to say, but I can't say here the details. And I think that y'all would probably have a lot to talk about, too.
Oh, I guarantee you we could.
Unzoning Redneck says, I had to fight for my daughter's CPS, placed my daughter with me, and she hasn't seen her mom in 9 years. Yeah, that's tough.
That's tough.
I worked in that world, so I get a little bit of that.
At least you got your daughter out of that situation. Unfortunately, I say unfortunately. Fortunately, their mother's not on that level. She's shitty to me, but not to them. Yeah. Mostly. I mean, she has a shitty attitude sometimes, which kind of reflects towards them, but that's it. I mean, she's not a bad mom.
She's also a single parent with 5 children, and 3 of them are under the age of 5, so she's stressed. I wouldn't want her life, but... No,
I mean, like I said, she's not a bad mom. It's just, she makes bad decisions. She's bad towards me. She's not bad to the kids by any means, and I'm very fortunate for that. Yeah. And I think everyone can agree with me when I say, it seems like if CPS placed with you, that's a tough scenario, because it takes a lot. And
I know that world all too well. I worked in it. I was the person who took kids out of homes and placed them other places, so I know.
So, cheers to you, and
your daughter's lucky to have you.
Very, very lucky.
You're both amazing parents and funky. The battle you're fighting will pass. Good results will come of it. Your kids will love and respect you in the end, and we love you for it.
Well, they're gonna respect their mom, and that's.
At the end of the day, they have to respect both you and their mom. Is what matters,
They don't have to respect me.
No, they have to respect.
You know why? Because they don't know me. That's the problem. They don't know me. So until they get to know me, I feel like that's too much to ask.
They know you well enough now to respect you.
They should understand, like, hey, when you're talking to an elder, and like, if I said, hey, if I'm joking around with you, you don't gotta call me yes sir, no ma'am. You don't gotta be formal with me. You don't have to be super polite. If I'm like, hey, don't be a stupid teenager, because she's, and she's like, oh my god, you're so stupid. Like, that's fine because it's funny. But if I was to be like, hey, go clean your room, no, because you're stupid. Go clean your damn room. I'm gonna smack out of you. Yeah,
there's a difference. There's time and place. Time and place.
And that's what I want them to learn. I want them to understand, like, hey, when it comes to your mom, you can't just completely be a butthead. When we're playing around, that's one thing, but you gotta learn. They gotta learn the difference between playing around and seriousness.
Yeah, they need to know when it's time to cut the BS out.
Exactly.
Ashley says, them visiting you, seeing you as a family, a home, a partnership where you and Kyle are truly in life together through better or worse, and it's a good influence on them. We hope so. We hope so.
At this point, I don't think we see him enough to really be too much of an influence. I think we're going to have a minuscule impact.
I think I personally, and I'm not trying to diminish what you're saying, but I think from my perspective that you're minimizing the impact because Funky and I have been together almost 6 years. The kids are now 10 and 11. When I talk to his daughter, who's the oldest, about the time that we lived in Georgia where we saw them every other weekend for months and had them very consistently because we were close enough to do so because their mom let us because she was pregnant and she was tired.
She wants us around when she needs help.
Right. But
and when she doesn't need help, she doesn't want us around. And that's the problem.
I understand. But
I'm their father. I'm not just some guy who's going to pop in and out of their life. Can't do that.
No one here is suggesting that should be the case.
No, I know, but that's the way that it's been treated, thus far.
I understand.
But
the kids don't see it that way because the kids remember coming over and making homemade breakfast and getting.
The kids also remember, hey, all this stress in my life could be fixed by you, and you're not doing a goddamn thing.
They don't remember that because they've been here. They know that right now we are in a place where literally the rooms that we have can't take them both. And so they know we have to work towards it.
I that wasn't my saying. It's since I've been in those shoes, I've been in that predicament. What's going through their mind is like, hey, cool, you're a lot of fun and you guys have stability and this is different. This is amazing. But also at the same time, it's like, wait a second. Where you been for the past, lifetime? Where you been? And I don't have the heart to tell them. I will never tell them what their mother has done. And I think that in doing that, not telling them what their mother has done, it will basically, maybe, possibly... Let's take a step back. So my mom and dad used to come to me and talk shit to me about each other constantly, to the point where, in all fairness, stop. Just it's too much. And when they both started doing that, I was like, fuck both of y'all. Y'all, if this is what y'all gonna do, you can't do it. And it really put a lot into perspective for me going through this. I understand faults on both sides. I could have done more, sure. She could have done more as well. And I don't want to be the father who's like, your mom's garbage, blah, 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 blah. She did this, that, the other. I'm never going to tell her that, or tell them that. Never. I'm never.
But at the end of the day, as a person who's a third party, who sees it a little bit more from the outside than you guys both do, the kids don't see either one of y'all the way that you think you paint the picture of each other. Because kids...
I lived through it, so I kind of get the picture. Because I painted it myself.
You
Does that
painted
make sense?
It, but they're not
so
you.
I know, but I see similarities, right? If you take the big picture things, broken household, daddy's not around. Whatever situation may arise, whether mom's keeping you from him or he's just gone, the kid still sees dad's not around, right? Mom's a young parent. She's got to find some way, shape, or form to survive. So what does she do? She pawns you off. And then before you know it, you're 15, 16, 17, and you're like, hey, it's time for cars and college and guidance and, I'm going through, this, that, and the other. There's a lot of adult stuff that's starting to happen and everything's a fucking clusterfuck. And then what do you get? You get someone who's working too hard for child support money, then you got the other person who's too busy trying to find someone else. So then, what do you have? What do you have in your life? It's a weird fucking thing. It's weird when you're sitting there having to fend for yourself, and then your grandparents are like, "Hey, you know what? I'll take care of you. I got you." But as a kid, you're like, "Fuck, I got no mom really." Because she's out doing what she needs to do. I got no dad, really, because he's out doing what he needs to do. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. And then...
I haven't lived it. I don't know it from your perspective, but what I've heard these kids say is they don't see it the way that you think that they see it.